Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh,
Oh,
what
what fun
fun it
it
is
is
just
to
to
ride
ride
in
in
a
a one-horse
one-horse
open
open
sleigh.
sleigh.
Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, hello and welcome to yet another episode of Two Lads in a Pickle. We told you we'd be back. We didn't promise you, but we told you we'd be back, and we are. I'm your host, Evan O'Hanlon.
And I'm your host, Dale Cronin, and we are fucking back. Now we're back.
Woo!
Now we're in the
Now
swing of it. Now we have it. We have it.
we
We're back.
we know what we're doing. We
Yeah.
definitely know what we're doing. We're
We
definitely.
definitely did not record these on the same day.
I was about to say that, but then I was like, "Are we going to bait ourselves out?"
No,
No.
but we didn't though. This is a different
No.
day. We're only
No.
joking. We're only messing. But Evan, how was your week been? You had a week off. You did
Yeah,
nothing. You did nothing with your life.
I actually didn't. I just spent this whole week learning a Panto script. To be
Nice.
quite
But
honest
man,
with you.
do you know what it is though? You need those days. Like I had Saturday and Sunday off there 2 weeks ago for the first time in ages. And I just did nothing. I lay in bed and did absolutely nothing at all. I was like, do you know what? Because you need to re-energize and recuperate.
People don't realize rest is important, but I'm one that always feels bad for resting.
Mm.
Like I know I need it sometimes, but like I always feel guilty. But then I'm like, oh well. But then the next day I feel worse.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh,
so how
well.
do you cope from day to day because you have such a resting bitch face?
Oh, you want to talk about
bitch
mothers?
faces.
Yeah, so had a good week. It's really weird because I like being busy and I've not had a lot to do besides learning the script and going to like the gym and stuff. I've just been breathing.
just living your best life.
How about you?
Yeah, man, just been living my best life. College rehearsals.
Did you get the assignments handed in time?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay, right.
Yeah, no, I did. I literally was like, you know what? I'm gonna bang it out. Boom, job done. Have it done. It's great. I'm going to fail. It's great.
Hey, but Dale, you gotta remember, failure is the key to success.
It's not.
It is, but not if you don't learn from them. That's
literally,
the difference.
Literally.
But how is everyone? It's getting closer to Christmas time. I am excited.
Christmas time.
I cannot wait.
Mistletoe and Rhine.
Children drinking whiskey and wine.
Oh Lord.
No, we're not. Because I can't imagine how many times we said "Oh Lord" in last week's episode.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry. We're stopping.
I want to bring up a topic. Obviously, we're going to talk about Christmas. It's Christmas, my favorite time of the year. I spoke about it back in August, I think, on the podcast.
Yes, literally.
I said we hadn't
even got to Halloween, and he was like, "It's Christmas."
So I'm just ecstatic to be here right now and be in the position to talk about Christmas to our thousands of listeners, because we have 10,000 listeners now.
Lol. Continue.
Yes. So I want to ask you a question, Dale. So there's two parts to it. What is the worst Christmas present you've ever gotten, or the best Christmas present you've ever gotten? You can say both, or you can say either.
Shit, right.
An avocado. Thanks.
Thanks, Mom.
Did you ever see that video?
No.
So it's this little fella, right? Oh, this little fella, bless him. And he's opening up his Christmas present. And they do it as a prank to the child. And he opens it up. And you know when you have to lie, and he's like, an avocado. Thanks. As if he's always ever wanted an avocado because he felt bad.
Stop.
Yeah. It's an iconic video. You'll have to watch it after this. You'll have to watch it. It's actually sensational. I'll kick it off with, for me, the best Christmas present I've ever gotten was that. Also, I do want to say something before we say this.
Well,
Santa, is not made of money, so he doesn't bring the best things every year. You can't expect the best and most high-end gifts every year. Santa brings what he can fit in his sleigh, and sometimes he can't fit the big expensive things in that, right? So it's not about that. It's about the thought. So when everyone's writing their Christmas lists, remember that. But for me, one year, Santa brought me this toy, one of the toy cars that you sit in that you drive.
Yes.
But it was like a Jeep.
Oh, nice.
So I was whipping up and down the hallways in my 2-seater Jeep, right? I'll never forget it. All I could do was 3-point turns in it. That's
Oh
all I could
my!
do.
Like, beep,
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 beep.
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 Beep. And literally for that length of time as well, literally. Beep. Of
But like I had the hand on the back
course
seat,
you did.
you know, looking over
Yeah,
like you would like your father or would look at when
yeah.
he's driving.
Oh my gosh.
And I honestly felt like I was Lewis Hamilton. I
Nice.
I thought, right, I've
Yeah.
got money.
Yeah.
I can I can drive to school now. That's where my mindset was at. I was like, I'm gonna whip up to school in this cool whip, and people are going to go, Evan, you are the man. Like,
You're like, who wants to ride? What? Get these bitches.
oh shit, my battery's died. And then I
Can
pushed it
you-
all the way home.
So to say,
4 miles.
put some girl in it. You're like some little 6-year-old in it with you, and it dies. I'm like, get out and push.
Or I just pushing her up a big hill by the church.
That is brilliant. That sounds like an epic present.
So
My-
that, the best
think
one I've
my-
gotten.
I've had two, right? I've had two amazing presents, right? So
Yeah.
and it was when I was that bit older. So I remember I was asking my parents, because my parents were like, "What you want for Christmas?" from them. So I'd be like, "Oh, a pool table." All right.
Yeah.
For about 2 years, I asked for a pool table, and then I stopped because I was like, "I'm not getting one."
Yeah.
And then the year I stopped was the year I got one, right? But this is what happened. So in my house, upstairs is just a playroom and my room. So we were down.
Did every house like country in the country have a playroom?
Yeah.
Like I've not heard that in the playroom. Like I used to,
In the
it's a room
playroom,
that
like,
you don't know what to do with, so you just make it a
Look,
playroom.
literally, like there's just so much shit in there now at
Yeah.
the minute.
Actually,
But,
that's the playroom for the kids.
That's the playroom, literally. But to be fair, it was classic. Me and my brother had tellies in there, and like we had couches and everything. We were either side of the room, like it was class. But so we were there. I was there, and then we were downstairs. I was opening all these presents. And then my mom went, "Oh, I forgot my phone. It's upstairs in the playroom. Will you go up and get it?" I said, "Yeah, no bother." Went up and got it. Like her phone was actually on the pool table.
Oh,
So I
sick.
walked in. No, it gets worse. I opened the door, walked in, grabbed the phone, walked back downstairs. And my mom went, "Did you not see what was upstairs?" I went, "Yeah, your phone." And then she went, "Go back up and look what's in the middle of the fucking floor. This big, massive pool table." And I went up, and next thing I went, "Oh my God." And they were like, "Yeah, we fucking touched." I was like, I did not see this at all. I was
That
epic.
sums you up
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah.
Like so
Oh.
well that sums you
Yeah.
up.
Oh, brilliant. Like, but then that was one. And then another one was class. Me and like my mom and dad were like, "Oh," so I think like there was a good few years between me and my brother. Yeah, it's a good few years between me and my brother. So my mom and dad were like, "Oh, we got the two ye the same thing." And I was like, how the fuck could they get us the same thing? I was like, it's 8 years between us. Like,
Yeah.
what could I need that he needs? And we're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and she told us this like a month in advance. So like racking me brain trying to think what she got us. And then we went down anyway Christmas morning, and there was these two massive boxes. Like they were massive. And I was like, what the fuck? And they had our names on them. And then we opened them, and they got us two 45-inch flat screen TVs. I was like, what the fuck?
But you
It
have
was-
to watch them next to each other.
Yeah. Oh, it was class. Like, and then I had that telly for like 5 years. And then I fucking broke it then. I was snapping. But I broke it and didn't tell my mom.
Oh god.
And then my mom came into my room one day, and like I had it like hid behind like my clothes. And my mom was like, "What's wrong with your telly?" And I was like, I broke it. And then she was like, "That's your own fault." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, can you just buy me a new one, please?"
Santa, please. come
Yeah,
on.
literally. Then I went off and bought my own. I knew it. I bought a bigger one. I bought a 55-inch.
You showed her. You
Yeah,
showed her.
I showed that lovely woman.
You know,
like-
if someone tries to bring you down in life, you can come back and buy a 65-inch TV. Huh.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but then my mom and dad went off and topped it. They bought like a 75-inch for the sitting room. So
Oh well, you know what you got to do this year.
yeah. 100.
Woo!
But I've actually been very fortunate that I don't think I've actually been given any crap presents. Even like I know people give out about the Lynx sets and all that. But man's 28. Man can't afford to be buying deodorants every couple of weeks.
I'm not going to lie. I'm fond of an L Lynx set. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I'm like Tesco's at the moment. Every little helps. You know what I mean? That's
Literally.
what, every lad needs a Lynx set.
Or like people giving out about jocks and socks. Give
I'll
them
take
to
'em.
me. I'm fucking ripping them because man's hench up in here, blood.
Oh no, I can't believe you just said that. But you are hench fam. Rest in
Uh,
peace to our fallen soldier, who's gone.
do you see that? I think it actually is a song,
Is-
but you see your man on TikTok and he's like, oh, he's really he's just really cringe and he's like, this goes out to all the soldiers who died in the service. Do you know that one?
No.
And he bad. I'll send it on to you later. It's the funniest thing ever.
So this episode is, well, it's obviously out. It's the 9th of December, which means we've only got less than a week for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say something else, but okay.
No, for
grand.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Listen,
There's
Dale, I
there's
know
nothing else. There's nothing else important that just happened the day before. No.
Dale, I'm not sure. Oh wait, it was his birthday.
Yeah.
Woo!
Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Cronin.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be 28? Almost 30.
When you say it like that, it fucking irritates the shit out of me.
Well, how does it feel to be almost 30? Every second we speak, you're closer to 30.
I'm actually gonna punch you straight in the mouth. I'm gonna come through this screen into the ends, punch a man, and leave.
So now you're actually closer to 30 than you were when we started the podcast. So how you feel about it? You're aging as we speak.
I know.
Are you nervous of being 30? Is that no? Just a genuine thing in your life right now. There's been like, because obviously a load of people go like they get scared of like getting to like 25, and then they get scared of being 30 and then 40. Does that kind of scare you that you're 30, or are you like, it's just an age?
Do you know what it is, man? Right? I've actually never properly thought about it, but I know when I turn 29 and when I'm nearly 30, then I'll be like, shit, my 20s are done. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm like, then that's when I'll start panicking. But at the same time, I'm like not being big headed around, but I look young. I don't look like I'm 28.
No, you don't.
Like everyone's like, are you 28? What the fuck? You look 21. I'm like,
thanks.
But yeah, I don't know. I think if I looked my age, then I'd start panicking.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do you get like a fear, like at all?
No, man. No.
I think that's the way it should be. I think is society has put that thing of like, right, by 30 you need to have done X, Y, and Z. You need to have a baby nearly on the way. You need to be thinking of marriage and all this stuff. And it's like, you really don't.
I think it's like that because
does that scare you at all, like marriage or anything like that? So I know this is like sort of off the Christmas topic, but like it happens around that age. Like when we were younger, everything was like, okay, by that time you think, right, I need to have the car, the house, the child, the family. Like it's like, how do you feel about all that?
Well, like being honest, right? And I actually recently said this to one of the girls in Panto. I was like, I actually have a 5-year plan. Okay. Now, I say a 5-year plan. My 5-year plan is to stay single for 5 years. That is my plan. But because I'm doing college and I know I'm going to be in college for the next 4 years. After this year, I have another 4 years left, all going well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't, not that I don't want to be tied down, but I just don't have time for a relationship. Yeah. But like I would have to, I can make time.
Of course. You never know what's going to happen in the next 4 years, of course.
Like I've been dating around. I've made time for these people. I've done these things, but like I'm at a stage. Right, where some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'd love a girlfriend, and then other days I wake up and I'm like, I just want to go meet different people. But then again, I'm at this age where I'm like, in my head, because of society, I'm like, shit, I need to settle down because if I leave it too late, I don't want to be an old dad.
Yeah.
But then in the same breath, I don't know, do I want kids? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's just talk about this for a second, right?
Yeah. No, this is actually, I'm genuinely really interested in this
because I'm 28, right?
Yeah.
Usually people start having families around 30, 31, 32, but mainly because women, obviously, some women can't.
Yeah. Of course, it's
produce
fertilization.
Fertilization, all that. And like, and as well, I don't want to be 40 having my first child, and then like the child is 20 and I'm 60. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then in the same breath, I'm like, do I actually want kids? Because number one, I can't even look after myself. let alone a child. I can
Yeah.
barely afford a McDonald's. I'm going off fucking student meals now. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? $5.50 for a large chicken nugget meal. Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, I just think, I don't know, but I don't know. But I am at a stage where if I am meeting someone, I'm like, I'm actually not. I'm looking at it as, is that potential? Do you know what I mean? I'm not looking at it as a hit and run.
Yeah. Are
Certain,
you? Are you?
certain.
Listen. That's your own business.
Yeah.
We won't bait you out on the podcast.
I fucking do. I can give you shit.
Would you like to have a house in 5 years?
Yes. I would love to have my own house.
Your own home. And where
Yeah.
would you like it to be? Obviously, don't give a specific place, but like, what county would you like it in?
See, this is the thing, right?
Because I feel like you want it in Cork, but then also, do you want it in Tipper, Dublin?
I do want it in Cork, but like, you just don't know what life is gonna throw in your way. Like, there recently, I was seeing this girl from a different place,
Yes.
and in my head, I saw that going places,
Yes.
and was like, in my head, I was like, right, I could actually set up shop up there,
Right.
because if all going well, I become a qualified secondary school teacher. I can teach wherever. But the only thing is, my dance school, I don't want to give that up. But if that did stop, I could still dance in other dance schools, which is what I do anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, with my job, I'm very fortunate that I can go, right, I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then that girl fucked me over, and now here I am back in fucking Cork.
Yeah. Don't ever talk. If you do that to my friend again, I swear to God, I will find you. No, but so if you have to pick, what would you pick? Cork or Tip?
Cork. Oh yeah, Cork all day.
Cork hands down.
yeah.
Just to think, everyone speaks so highly of Cork, and I've never been out in Cork.
You know-
I've only been to Cork for a few hours in the day. That's it.
Do you know what it is, man? It's big. It's not as big as Dublin, but it's still big. Do you know what I mean? Like, it has everything, has all the shops, has all the clubs, all the pubs, has
Does it have a
everything.
Nando's?
Yeah, has a Nando's.
I'll be there.
Yeah, has
I'm
a
currently
Nando's.
on a Ryanair flight right now.
Evan, I can't. This is your captain speaking. We're experiencing some turbulence. Shit.
Bang, 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 bang.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm at a weird stage. Like, even I actually had a presentation there last week, right? This is actually gonna be hilarious. So we had to do like a CV presentation.
Yeah.
So, and it was on it was a PowerPoint CV.
Yeah.
So we had to win. It was a load of pictures of you, and you had to explain what you did. And of course, I was fucking dropping the fucking hometown Dance with Stars, blah blah blah. Blah. And your man was like, wow. And then he was like, it's very intriguing. He was like, how do you like feel? Do you know? He was like, do you feel like, how do you? And it was there like a fucking counseling session.
I was about to say, it's a counseling session.
It was meant to be like an interview for a job. And I went, do you know what, Shane? I went, now that you say that, I'm actually at a weird stage in my life. And I went, and he's this whole thing filmed as well, like, cause they had to film it for college. And I'm like, Joe, I get through this, like, I'm out on nights out, and people are like, can I get a picture? And I'm like, yeah. And then I finished the picture, and I'm like, people still remember me, but like, I just want to be me. I just want to be Dale Cronin.
Fucking Justin Bieber over there. Huh?
Never say never.
Never say never.
Never. Yo, he's bigger than me, taller than me, and he's older than me, larger than me. His arms a little bit longer than me, but he ain't on a JB song with me. I've been trying to chill, baby, trying to start with a thrill. No pun intended, was raised by the power of will. Like Luke with the force, the push comes to show. Like Kobe with the force, ice wanna let go. Oh, gotta be the best. Yes, I don't know the rest of it. Shit!
I think we got a bit of a Justin Bieber fan here.
Oh, I fucking love Justin Bieber. Do you know what I actually did the other day? I actually had like a One Direction day. I was like driving in my car and I just played all One Direction songs, like rock me.
I actually, no, I rate that because I do the same. Not driving, but I do listen to a bit of 1D every now and again. I'm not gonna.
Oh, you can't beat it, man. 1D is class.
So I think for me, in 5 years' time.
Go on, even though you shouldn't even be thinking about it, but go on.
Because in 5 years' time, I'm your age.
Shit. 5 years you'll be 28, and in 5 years I'll be what? 34,
33. Yeah. We're not as quick as a math. But to me, I would love to have a house. Not necessarily for me to live in, but I want to have a house or two that I'm renting out to people.
Yeah, I'd love that as well. That would be the dream.
That's the dream, but I'm not buying in Ireland. I'll be buying over in England. I can confirm that now straight away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to be like, because obviously housing crisis is a bit of a thing at the moment, but I just want to do that for myself. I
Mm.
want to like save up. Like I've already started a house pot fund,
Nice.
so that I can't touch whatever goes into it. Obviously, worst case, you never know what's happening with the world right now. I
Mm.
may need to dip it. It's not a lot. I think I've only got £140 in it at the moment, right?
Right.
But I went, if I save 50 quid every week, 20 quid, whatever it is I can afford that week, it
Yeah.
all adds up over the next few years. And who knows? And you could be looking back in 5 years' time going, shit, right, I might have 10 grand there if whatever. Okay,
But
I
man,
can
even
afford
even
something more.
if you put €10 aside every week, that's €520 a year.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And then if you come, some days you can double it. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It is like it is. You can save if you do it properly. Like at
yeah,
the minute, I did so well there before COVID. I had actually saved enough. Well, I want to say I was about 2 grand off a mortgage
right,
before COVID. Like that. That's where I was at before COVID, and then COVID hit, and I have nothing. Do
yeah,
you know what I mean? But now, in saying that, I have nothing because I spent it because I was like, do you know what? I was like, fuck it. But like I bought things I needed. Like I bought
yeah,
this
of
laptop.
course,
I
yeah,
bought
of
all this
course,
gear. Like, do you know.
yeah, of course.
And I
I,
don't know what else I bought. Oh, I
I
bought a
have,
new car.
yeah.
We're in COVID. We're in lockdown. What's Dale do? Buys a new fucking car.
I think everyone did that. I think nearly loads of people bought a new car in
Yeah.
lockdown. I like it was just the thing that people are like, we
Yeah.
did that as well. Like it's just
Yeah.
like I think because people had no distractions to spend their money on nights out and all that. So like, oh, I can actually
Literally.
go and buy this thing that I've always wanted because I'm not spending my money
Yeah.
elsewhere. Unless you're me and I've spent every single penny that I had on Amazon. Do you know what I mean? For stuff that I actually don't need. I wasted my money. Well, I want to say something. We talk, Christmas period, Christmas shopping. Um, I'm, I'm never ever prepared for Christmas shopping.
Oh.
When it comes for my Christmas shopping, it's probably a good thing I'm out in Dubai. I know my mother's listening to us, but I told her this already. Your presents will be bought out there because
Yeah.
you're not like the whole family's present. They probably all have the same present. But I'm usually Christmas Eve guy. Get it all in vouchers, then you can go off and spend it how you want.
Wasn't it like me and you doing Aladdin and we went into Limerick to buy all the presents? Was that me and you?
I think no, because I do mine always Christmas Eve back in Waterford. But one year,
Oh no, it was me. It was me and Holly. Me and
yes,
Holly
it
went
was.
into, yeah.
I bought a present in August for my mom. It was Joe Malone.
Oh, nice.
So I knew someone that was working there, so I could get a handy discount, and she was leaving. So I bought it in August. And that's the
Okay.
only time I have ever bought a Christmas present early. Ever.
Nice.
I always, except for my brother, one year I got him Gymshark stuff in November because I was in London and it was cheaper. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm Christmas Eve. One of my pet peeves. I love Christmas, right? Love everything about Christmas. But there's one thing I cannot stand for the life of me, and that is wrapping Christmas presents. I
Same.
hate it with
Same.
a passion. It's
Same.
actually foil. Like
Yeah.
I hate I hate it so much. I think it's for Secret Santa once I wrapped it in the bag that I bought it from, which was Sainsbury's. Yeah. Bottle of vodka, and I just kept it in the Sainsbury bag and taped the Sainsbury bag.
That is so bad, man.
But then I gave her a lovely card.
To be fair, yeah, I'm fairly shocking at rapping. Like, no, John is I start off, the first present will be good, and then after that, the rest of them are shit. But talking about presents, buying them, last year, it was the only time I was ever on time.
Yeah.
Because we did Panto and we had to go into a 3-week lockdown ourselves, so I knew I wouldn't have time, so I actually bought them all before I went in.
Did you? I still did mine the Christmas Eve.
Yeah. No,
I
bought
still
them
went
all,
in
had them
Christmas
all,
Eve,
boom.
and I said to them all, we went for dinner. I was like, just don't look at the bags down below you. My jacket.
Don't look at the Sainsbury's bags.
I had to go. So what we did was I went around with my mom to get my dad his stuff. Then my mom brought them back to the car. My mom went around, did her thing. Went for my dad to get my mom's stuff with my dad.
For fuck's sake, man.
And then I put that back in my dad's car. And then we all went for dinner, and then they went back in the 2 cars. So no one knew what they were getting.
That's awful, man.
Listen, I somehow I pull it off every year. I don't know how.
I know you do, don't you? You just manage it, like.
You know what? You do whatever it takes for your loved ones.
Really?
And speaking of presents, I have a true story. I'm not going to say his name. He's not listening to the podcast anyway, but I'm not going to say his name. I had a little cousin. many years ago.
Oh,
He was
stop.
he was 6 years old, and I
Mm,
want to say, is this a bad present for children?
go on.
He's not spoiled, okay? Because what I'm going to say, he's not spoiled, but it was absolutely hilarious. We got to the house, and my mum had gotten him presents for Christmas, and he
And
wanted to.
how old is he? 6.
He was about 5 or 6, I'd say,
Okay.
and we were like, oh, we'll open it on Christmas Eve. We bought the presents for him. You can open them on Christmas Eve, and because he wanted something to open, so I was like, oh, here's your present. You can open them. Grand. We're in the living room. He opens the present, and there's like a t-shirt and like cords and like stuff that you like, nice clothes for a 6-year-old.
Mm.
And he looked up, and you could just see a volcano of tears erupting in his eyes. And he started bawling, and he threw the clothes down. And he went to my mum, and he's like, "Do you even love me? You got me clothes for
Stop.
Christmas. I wanted toys. Do you even love me? No one loves me in this family." And ran up the stairs because he got clothes, huh? And then I bet him from one end of Waterford to the other.
Don't you ever say that to my mom again, you little.
But I think clothes is more, people like that nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
the
But,
youths of today love clothes, but back then, like, would
yeah,
you
but not when you're 6, man. When you're 6, you just want a fucking Action Man or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they were nice clothes.
Yeah. Man, speaking of Action Man, did you know that Action Man is actually gone completely? He doesn't exist anymore.
Stop.
Yeah, they stopped making him. He's dead.
How did he die?
Just dead, man. I don't know.
I want to dedicate this podcast to Action Man. You brought so much joy into people's
So
lives.
much joy, man.
I had so many Action Men when I was younger.
Same, but what a name, Action Man.
Man.
Like,
Was Action Man ever a series?
I feel like it was.
'Cause I feel like, was it Action Man I used to watch? I used to sit down when I was younger, and I'd have, those things you get for the lunch, like the crackers in it, the cheese, the ham, and you make the little sandwiches yourself in the plastic container. I used to sit there with my Action Man and watch TV with that. I play Action Man.
I love it, man.
But then I also want to say, Dale, do you have any Christmas jumpers for this year?
I have. Do you know what it is, right?
Same Christmas jumper that we always bring out every year. Mine with the lights, and yours the red one.
Because I got it for free when we were in the band, and it was actually such a nice jumper, and I wear it all the time. At Christmas, obviously not all the time. I just wear it going to sleep, like.
Yeah.
I was going to say something there now about, because you were on about your presents. What was I going to say? Feck it. It's gone.
Christmas jumper. Christmas jumper.
Do you know what I want to talk about? Christmas jumper. I want to talk about 12 pubs.
I love 12 pubs.
Love 12 pubs. Obviously, it's definitely not going to happen this year.
No.
But like, do you have any like 12 pubs stories like that are like good? I have a few. Well, I have one.
I did do 12 pubs, but we did it in the summer. I tell you why, we couldn't do 12 pubs at Christmas because everyone went away at Panto.
Oh, yes.
And we were organising it for Christmas, and we're like, we just can't do it. So when I say summer, we did it in September because it's the only time we could all do it together. So we did it like proper 12 pubs, but we were idiots. We were at college. Standard. And no one had ate food or had dinner.
Of course.
So where we lived, everywhere closed at 12. It's like now, to be honest. So we gave ourselves 20 minutes in every pub to drink a pint.
Jesus Christ.
And we did 12 pubs. So you can imagine we were having 20 minutes to go from pub to pub.
And did you do rules or anything?
Yeah, you weren't allowed to drink water.
That's the only rule.
You weren't allowed to drink water, or you weren't allowed to eat. And then if you were late, or if you didn't finish your pint by the time I had to neck it, you had to do a shot in the next place.
Yeah.
When I say we ended up in this pub, right, in London. And there was a fella that I was chatting to with not a toot in his head. And somehow I understood him when I was absolutely intoxicated.
You resonated with you.
The pub was lucky to be standing up, to be quite honest. It was quite a rundown pub, but I don't know how we ended up there. But when I say my head was banging the next day, I never had such a hangover after that. Because I had no water or food in my system. Like, absolutely. It's not the most exciting. I can't say what happened on the pub crawl, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't say what happened. I'm not going to share that story and bait my friends out of what actually happened. It would be genius to say on the podcast, but I can't do it to him. I can't do it. So I'm going to hand it over to you now.
Right. I couldn't give a shit because I'm going to tell you exactly what happened on mine. So I've done 12 pubs a good few times, but this one time I did it with a particular group of friends, and we did it in Dublin. And we started off, it went fine. We did like the first point, the first pub. First pub where there was no rules. We were just chilling there for 20 minutes, half an hour
Yeah.
drinking. Then we went on to the second pub, and the second pub was actually do you know the George in Dublin?
Yes.
Do you know,
I've never been, but I know.
I've never been, but there's actually a pub beside it as well, and it's called the George Pub, but it's a real old man's pub.
Right.
But before we went there, I actually ran and got a cheeseburger in McDonald's because I hadn't eaten all day, and I was like, boys, I need to eat or I'll be asleep by the second pub. Like, so I went and ate, right? But the second pub, the rule was if someone starts to neck their drink, we all have to neck it. So I necked my pint. I didn't lose because if you lose, you have to do a shot. But because I just eaten the burger and it was sitting really wrong.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
I booted it down to the bathroom. Everywhere. But it was the best thing for me because I was lit to go the whole night. Went on to the next pub, was brilliant. The next pub was funny then. The next one was we had to talk in an accent.
Okay, yeah.
I did a Chinese accent and it was brilliant. And then when the boys fucked it up, so the next task was he had to go in to we had to go into the shop and buy something, and he had to order his pint while holding this something, and we bought him a box of tampons, obviously like 12-year-olds. Like,
yeah,
so like,
yeah.
So that was fine anyway. So we got to about 10. Yeah, we got to like 10 pubs. Like we did very well, but I mean, we were scuttered to the point we got to the 10 pub and we were like, can we get this? And they're like, get out. And we were like, fuck you, come on. And I fight myself in the mirror, like, and we got.
Did you see the video of your man? It was at a club, and he tried to get past the fella, but it's himself in the mirror, and he's getting annoyed at the mirror because your man's not moving, but it's actually him.
I haven't seen that. I'll have to look that up. So then we got back. So we started off at Temple Bar, the pub, and then we got kicked out of the other pub because we were too fucking rowdy.
Yeah.
So we said fuck it, we'll go back to Temple Bar. So we got back to Temple Bar and I was falling asleep. I said, boys, I'm going home.
Yeah.
So the boys put me in a taxi. So I'm in the taxi sitting behind your man, and your man has fucking cars, and I'm like, I would key open the window. I was like, stop the car. Your man wouldn't stop, and I just went all over myself, right? But I caught it. No, listen to this, right? I'm gonna show you, okay? So I'm in the back of the car, okay? Can you hear me? Yeah. In the back of the car. So I got sick into my jumper like this, right? Caught it.
Yeah.
But the motherfucker opened the other door, didn't open the door beside me. So when I moved, I dropped the sick everywhere in his car. But that little prick, and I'm sorry, no, he is an absolute prick, was like, you give me €250 or I'm taking you to the guards and blah, 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 blah. And I was in Dublin. I was fucking petrified. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I was only a young lad. Like I'd never had. Yeah. So I was like, I don't have that money on me. I was like, I need to go to the bank. And he took me to a fucking bank machine. I paid him the $250 and then he dropped me home. Prick. I was so thick. And then I woke up the next morning and I had actually gotten sick in the sink. Don't know why I got sick in the sink. So I had to clean that out.
At least it was the sink and nowhere else.
It could have been somewhere else, I don't know. But I had to pick that out. Then to top it all off, when I woke up first, I woke up beside in the lad's bed, but he had a girl in the bed, and I said, please no. And he went, oh yeah. And I was like, no.
Do you know what? I'll bring up a moment that you were there for witness by me. When we went out in Dublin, remember we got Supermax when we got back and stuff. We were staying in the flats in Dublin, me, you.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so we had a few pints, and we had the Supermax when we got back. We floored them. But anyway, we thought we were grand. Like, we thought, you know, like, we had Supermax when we came back, whatever. Wake up the next morning. I just get out of bed, and I'm in the shower. And then I just hear this. I just hear this, Evan! And I'm like, hang on, I'm in the shower. And I walk out of my town, I go into the kitchen. And they're all looking at me as if I'd done something wrong. And I was like, fuck, what did I do? They're looking at me, do you have anything to say to us? And I was like, good morning. I was like, what? They're like, go into your room. And I was like, why? They're like, go into your room. Walks into the room anyway. I look at the side of the bed because I got out at the end of the bed. I don't know why I did that. And the place was covered in
sick.
vomit.
Yeah.
I was getting sick at my own sick, so I had to clean it, obviously. And then, do you remember, Dale? I went to plug the thing out of the thing.
And it fucking blew up.
And then blew up. I could be dead. I should be dead. But somehow the Lord saved me. So I went to, so obviously I just got sick all over the plugs. And I went to take it out. I shouldn't have done that. I should have switched it off. And the thing just sparked. And then he got knocked out.
Forgot about that, man.
I'll never forget that when you were all like, Evan, come in here.
Oh my god.
I was so much. Oh, it's actually making me feel sick now talking about it. There was so much sick. I'll never ever forget it. I'm surprised we didn't get fined in that place.
I know. That was a really nice apartment as well, wasn't it?
It was actually.
Even though there was 5 of us in a 2-bed apartment.
It was though.
I was literally like, I remember texting Evan being like, "Have you started accommodation? Because I'm stuck." And he was like, "Yeah, you can come in with us."
So it was me and Dale in this double bed, and then there was 3 of them in the other room.
Yeah. Oh my god. But it was a nice. And that's when we watched Top Boy.
That's when the man them was born.
The man them was born. The pop.
We discovered Top Boy. But Dale.
What? Yes.
I think it's time for your favorite bit, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Reenacted movie scenes.
What are you doing, man?
Sorry, man.
Ow.
Well, look at that. Huh.
What a great timing.
What a great time.
Evan, would you like to tell the people what last week's movie scene was?
No, what I will do is give you a drum roll, Dale.
Home Alone!
Yay!
Yes! I panicked there for a second.
So did I. I panicked as well.
Yeah,
so
that's why you were like, I'll give him a drum roll. I was like, you fecker.
I was like, no. I'm okay, thanks. No, I'm good. It was from Home Alone 2. That's what the clip was from.
Oh, yeah, the second one.
I'm sure you all guessed it. I'm sure you all loved our impression. And like I said, the clue for this week's movie scene, it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Mistletoe and wine.
Mistletoe and wine.
And Ryan.
Ryan? Good Ryan, huh? Always forgotten about.
Oh, Ryan.
Um,
Right.
We've not practiced this one either, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go for you all.
Okay.
Am I looking at the wrong? Oh, there it is.
No,
Oh, I was going to read out last week's one.
Let's do the same one again.
Yeah.
Shows how much we've talked in a week, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Wow, what's this?
This is the North Pole.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where's the snow?
Why are you smiling like that?
I just like to smile. Smiling is my favorite.
Well, maybe you should make work your favorite. Yeah, that's your favorite, okay?
Fine.
Just wait for the announcement. Okay, everybody. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Santa's coming.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa's coming! Santa's coming! And scene. Thank you.
Yeah. We have been 2 lads in a pickle. Thank you very much.
And have a good Christmas.